the junior senior high school, fundraising for them, getting keeping them strong, and mayor of Hayes, and then here you are on Catholic radio, ultimate of all ultimates, right?
I think so. Absolutely.
Exactly. And you're all about fundraising. So what would you say out there to all these listeners? We want to get some phone calls. Give a plug out, shout out for me.
Yeah. So to keep Catholic education going, I mean, it does take every single person and every single penny, dollar, anything you have. So our greatest fund that we have is the St. Thomas More Society. So that money goes straight into operations. So it keeps our doors open. And we are still about $180 some thousand shy of our annual ask, which ends June 30th. So if you have anything you want to give to us, you can go online at hayescatholicschools.org and donate, or you can just swing by our office out at TMP and bring a check, a card, whatever you would like to do to help keep Catholic education strong here in Hayes, Kansas. It's really important. I'm a product of that, and I'm very proud to be a product of that. So everybody who's donated for that long, we really appreciate your support. And any new people who want to come aboard, we're always welcome. We really appreciate you.
Excellent. I agree. Oh my gosh. All right. So we are getting some updates here. We did have a trivia winner, and that is Linda Becker. So I can give the trivia answer. What year did what is now known as Thomas More Prep Marian Junior and Senior High School begin? The answer is 1908. It's been around a while. So that congratulations to Linda, who goes into the drawing for the Messenger's traditional book and gift store gift certificate of $50. The drawing will be right before 6 o'clock. Also, a huge thank you to Laura Schwartz from Colby, our newest station. She gave $100, and she's excited to have Catholic radio in Colby. So thank you to Laura. That brings us to $275 so far for today. All of that being matched dollar to dollar through the generosity of that group of donors who banded together to start us off with a $30,000 match. And we now have $19,710 left in that match. So let's keep it coming. We are moving, and I am so grateful. And when we operate on such a low budget, that provides a whole lot of hours of programming. So again, number to call is 785-621-4110. We are talking with Mason Reuter, the Director of Institutional Advancement for Hayes Catholic Schools, also the Mayor of the City of Hayes. So how do these two jobs complement each other? That seems like, two huge full-time jobs. So you got to have some compliments going on there to make it all work and still be a dad and a husband and all the other things that you have going on.
Yes, it's definitely a full time. My days are very full from early morning to night. I know right before I came here, I was actually giving a welcome speech at the Hilton for the Kansas Association of Counties Conference as the mayor. So my favorite part of any day is getting around to talk to people. Yeah. So anything that I can do to do that is amazing. So this job with Hayes Catholic Schools, I get to do that, and I get to be a part of something larger than myself. It's amazing. And I can't be more excited. And then with the mayor of the city of Hayes and the city commissioner, for the last 4 years, I've been able to actually do something and put something back in the community that I like, make sure that what we can do benefits everybody in the community, and listen to everybody's suggestions and comments, because that's what we're here for on the city side. So it's that complement between the two positions is interesting. So it provides a level of speaking and information that I might not have had originally. So I was in Washington, D.C. About a week ago, and was able to do some asking for things for both the city of Hayes and Hayes Catholic Schools in general. So it was nice to have those conversations and see if we can, bring some of that money back here to our community.
Excellent. It sounds like you're doing so much good in so many different aspects. So wow, thank you for all that you're doing. Now you also have a big event that's coming up this weekend. So can you share with us a little bit about that and if we can still get involved?
Absolutely. So we are having our 49th annual ACE auction. The auction for Christian education is this weekend, Saturday, April 29th. We have our preview party the night before on Friday. There are still a few tickets available, I believe. So they're going pretty quick. So you can hop on Google and just Google ACE auction 2023, and it'll pull you right to the website where you can buy a ticket. You can make a donation, buy raffle tickets. We're giving away thanks to some wonderful donors, some cash prizes, a car, uh, as we do every year, and it's extremely wonderful. And there's always, you know, many hands make light work. So we are looking for a few more volunteers to help us out for that evening. Maybe as many as we possibly could get. So it helps us out a lot. So if you're looking to volunteer, you can call down to our office or go online and sign up as well. Or if you want to message us on Facebook at Forever a Monarch or TMP Marion's Facebook page, either one, whatever gets you to us, we'll take all the help we can get. It's a large event that takes a lot of people, and it provides a third of the budget for the schools. So it's very important event.
Yeah. And I know Lester and Donetta were in here yesterday talking about the needs of Divine Mercy Radio, and they were encouraging all the listeners to buy the $100 raffle ticket for the car, because they need a car for their intern this summer to drive and do all the things. So it's a win-win, right? It helps the schools and it helps Catholic Radio all at the same time. If you win the car and you don't really need it, because I guess somebody won last year and didn't actually need it and gave it away to Catholic Charities. So they're saying, go ahead and put in that $100, help the Hayes Catholic schools, and also help Divine Mercy Radio if you're the winner and don't need it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a huge that's absolutely huge, and it just shows the amazing Catholic generosity that we have with everybody who attends. I mean, there's a lot of people who might not even they want the items that they want, but they pay a lot more because they understand that without this, we can't have our Catholic education here. That's been going for 115 years now. So that's absolutely incredible. It's such a beautiful building. I still get goosebumps when I walk up to it. It's just something that stands out in Hayes, and it's just an amazing institution.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, love that. Love it. And we go so far now with Catholic Radio. We go all the way into Colorado with our newest station. It goes, I think they said Birmingham, maybe. Burlington, I don't remember what it was, but a long ways, right? And so is the auction that you're offering, is it online as well?
It is online as well. So anybody from all over the world, if you would like to, you can sign in. It is live now. You can go to our website and you can actually preview the live auction items and see the online items available. So there's about 100 items for the live auction. And then for the online auction, there's oh gosh, I think even more than that. So there's a lot of wonderful things, and you do not have to be present to do the online auction. You can do that from your home in the West Coast, the East Coast, up in Canada, down to Mexico, wherever you want to be. You can be a part of this.
You can do it. And so will they mail it to you, or how does it work to actually get the item?
Yes, we'll usually contact the person who wins the item, and we'll figure out a way to get the item to them.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I think I might have to buy a car raffle ticket, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure they'll pick that up for me, right? If I win it, I bet Janetta and Lester will pick that one up for me, right?
I think so. Or I'll deliver it myself. We'll see what happens.
There you go. There you go. Well, we want to do it to help Divine Mercy Radio.
Absolutely.
So getting the number to call, and maybe if you have a reliable car and you win the other car, maybe you just give them, your older car and upgrade, right? You could do a whole lot of things with it, but what a wonderful way to really support the Catholic education, through the school system, but also through Divine Mercy Radio, because it's a hand in hand kind of thing. We're all working for the same goal, to get new saints to heaven. So
absolutely,
yeah, what a beautiful thing. All right, so again, number to call now, 785-621-4110. If you want to help with Divine Mercy Radio. We want to say thank you to Greg and Sandy Smith of Hayes. They gave $250. To Joe and Linda Becker, who donated $250. They said they love Catholic Radio. Thank you to them. Linda was also our trivia winner. So that means we are now today up to $775. everything there being matched dollar for dollar through the generosity of our donors who banded together. We started with 30,000. We're now at $19,210 left in that dollar for dollar match. And it all goes so far when we operate on $9.60 per hour per station. So give us a call, 785-621-4110. We are talking with Mason Reuter, and Mason is the Director of Institutional Advancement for Hayes Catholic Schools. He's also the mayor of Hayes, Kansas. And so we're grateful to have him here. Can you give us that website real quick so that if they want to go on to the auction and bid, what website should they go to?
Yes, so you can go straight to www.hayescatholicschools.org, and then it's /ACE-23. Or if you want, you can just Google ACE 2023, and it'll take you right to our donate and registration page. So through that page, you can make a straight donation, buy raffle tickets, preview the items, anything you want to do ACE involvement is right there on that page, all the way up to signing up for volunteers.
Excellent, excellent. And you just still need a few volunteers.
We do still need a few volunteers.
Okay. What a great way to go and be part of a truly enriching and very beneficial just event, just to really help raise the money that's needed for the Catholic schools.
It's been an extremely busy first few months of this position, because ACE is a large event, and it takes so many people, and they have it oiled. A well-oiled machine is what ACE auction is. Between the people who volunteered for we've had people who volunteered for over 30 years that still help and come and set everything up, and it blows my mind to see all these people helping, because they truly believe in Catholic education.
Yeah. And how can we not at this point, right? Especially Catholic education has been always important, always so important to really bring the faith alive, not just on Sundays at mass, but in everyday life, whether we're learning at school or at home or wherever it is, to really bring that. But now with all the things that we are seeing happening, I don't know, because I come in from Kansas City, I don't know what it's like here in Hayes, but I know in Kansas City there is crazy stuff, and we see it in the news, the crazy stuff that's going on in our public schools. Never more important than to really protect our children and give them that Catholic education.
Absolutely. Now more than ever is where you see the importance of Catholic education.
Yeah.
And it does. It starts at home, and then it goes into your school. So TMP and Holy Family here in Hayes are the most wonderful educational facilities that we have. I mean, their test scores that they have are really high. I mean, they are above and beyond what they need to do to be not only wonderful Catholics, but wonderful citizens.
Yeah.
They are really involved in the community, and it's through that community service and from both their parents and the students themselves. Yeah. They are very involved and very passionate about what they do.
Yeah. And then, we saw the studies, that really showed, our public schools, they're already behind Catholic schools, no doubt about it. They were already behind in test scores, but boy, COVID put that gap. It was huge between those that were in Catholic schools who really continued for the most part in in-person learning, correct? Even during the COVID, you probably had that short break, but then we're back in the schools, right?
Yeah, so that's something I don't have a lot of information about, since I just started a few months ago, but it is different to see. You could tell the students, that in-person learning is so important.
Yeah.
Being there right with the teachers, right involved, there's nothing that beats that one-on-one interaction that you can get with teacher and student to get things learned appropriately. And that social interaction between the students is huge.
Yeah.
You need to have that interaction with others. And especially at like TMP and Holy Family, when you go to mass together, you need that. It is a huge part of what we do. When we do adoration, all the students being able to be there together in the chapels is a huge, huge part of their spiritual life.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very good. All right. So what might be unique about ACE this year?
So this year's theme is Ace Under the Big Top. So it is all carnival themed. It's all going to be lots of fun. it looks absolutely beautiful in there.
Yeah.
I can't thank the volunteers and staff enough for how beautiful it looks. Just crazy. Uh, so the unique thing about this year is our item 160, which is always our capital improvement project that we do. So this is straight donations that go to capital improvements to the schools. So this year, item 160 is the creative learning building. So this building is going to be built just to the north of the campus at TMP, and it will be focused on hands-on, tech-focused trades, welding, shop, 3D printing, basically anything that we want it to be
Wow.
that are hands-on technical skills
Yeah.
are going to be allowed in this building.
Yeah.
It's so important, especially now with the workforce issues that we have,
Yeah.
to get these kids excited and involved immediately. So
Yeah.
this is a huge project, and everyone seems to be really excited about it. We are on our way to getting that building accomplished.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, we also have we'll have some money set aside for some security upgrades for our doors that are getting a little older. Get that security upgrades for the doors for the safety of our kids. It's definitely necessary now more than ever as well.
Yeah.
And doing some upgrades to our Cripplegate field, which is our JV football field, and some practice fields for soccer and whatnot. And this is basically the step one of getting the Cripplegate field area set for a more permanent football field track site. So this is phase one of that portion. So all that money is generously matched by the Dryling Trust up to $250,000, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to see how that's going to be. We've had people pouring in from all over the country donating to this because they understand how important the technical jobs and skills are to the students' learning.
Yes. And you're right. And for a long time, it's like you graduate, you go to college. It was an expectation, everyone. And there's still that need, certainly that need. It's also very expensive to just go if you don't really know what you want, and it's not for everybody. So the fact that you're offering this trade school, what a gift to all of the people here in the Hayes area.
Absolutely. I'm a perfect example of that, where I'm more of a hands-on kind of person anyway,
Yeah.
where I graduated and went to college not really knowing what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I basically wasted time and money because I just followed the path that everyone was following, and I wish I would have had something different.
Yeah.
But now we can offer those children that opportunity to really expand on those skills.
Yeah. So tell us again what things are I know printing, and what are some of the other skills that are going to be offered in the trade school?
So the main ones are going to be like 3D printing, wood shop, welding and metalworking, agricultural studies. So there will be a greenhouse attached to that as well.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of hands-on ag and tech-focused abilities.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fantastic.
Yeah. What a beautiful thing. And I have 8 kids. Most of mine went to college, but a couple did not. One went to a trade school and learned construction, carpentry. They came, they recruited right from the trade school. He's been, ever since he graduated, he's been in that position. He's now 28 and has moved his way up to project manager for the company. And he never went and finished, went to college, just did the trade school and moved right in. And it was a perfect fit for him. It was the perfect fit. For others it wouldn't be, but it's so awesome to have that opportunity.
Yes, and Hayes is the perfect place to do that.
Yeah.
So with this new building and new opportunity, and with the current affiliation between NCK Tech, Northwest Tech, and Fort Hays State University, kids have that pathway to, if I want to be a part of something in the trades, I can now learn it in high school, move on to NCK Tech through Fort Hays State University. And then if they want to go on to something larger, maybe want to do the business management side of the trades, they can go on through that. So we've given them a pathway from childcare all the way up through completion of a 4-year college.
Yeah.
If they want to do whatever they want, and it's done right here. And which kind of leads me to the Precious Creations that Holy Family Elementary has started. It's uh, a child care facility um, for the younger children, preschool, to get into Holy Family Elementary. So now we have that Catholic education based all the way from as young as you could possibly think, all the way through high school and beyond.
Yeah.
So we are really excited to be able to have that pathway set aside for them. And it's because of the people who donate to us.
Yeah. Beautiful. Really nice. Really, I love the name Precious Creations.
Yes.
That really puts the emphasis where it should be. It shows that you are showing the dignity of each and every human person from birth on. So I love
Absolutely.
Precious Creations. Love that.
Yes,
Really,
they were
really
really good
nice.
at coming up with that name.
Yeah, I like it. Very, very, very nice. All right. So again, we're going to give out this phone number because our phones are kind of quiet, and yet I know that we have a lot of work still to do. We always want to do better today than yesterday. Yesterday we had $10,015 that was actually called in. We ended up the day though with mail-ins and different things, and then the match of 28,060. So we're trying to get to at least $10,016 called in today, and right now we're at 775. So we got a lot of work to do, but I know that you all can do it. Divine Mercy Radio listeners are so generous. So give us a call, whatever you can do, 785-621-4110, matching dollar for dollar. And, I kind of think of, when I think of Catholic radio, it is such a force multiplier because we can reach so many people with so little. We're talking $9.60 an hour per station to stay on the air. That's phenomenally low, right?
That is absolutely incredible. I mean,
below minimum wage,
yeah,
right?
I don't know anything that can run on $10 an hour. So that is wonderful.
Yeah,
That is,
it
you guys
truly
really
is.
know how to handle your money. So that is really good.
It's amazing. They are just amazing. Like I said, I did a pledge drive last week, and I always ask what's your average per hour per station, and it was $22 per hour, and we thought that was pretty good. Even that's pretty good. They had 18 stations, and they were operating on $22 per hour. Here we have 5 stations. We're operating on $9.60 an hour per station, so overall $48 per hour for all the stations. And we go all along I-70 up all the way into Colorado, all the way back past Salina. I don't know exactly where it starts, and I know it ends into Colorado. So you're covering a whole lot of people for just $48 an hour. And it's, I say you because it is all of you, the listeners. It is your radio station. It's completely listener supported. And so I kind of think of it, obviously it's a force multiplier, right? We can do a whole lot with just a little bit. Reminds me of the story of the miraculous story of the loaves and the fishes, right? There was a generous person who gave, his little bit of loaves and fishes and fed the multitude. I think Catholic radio is doing that very, very kind of miracle through the help of the Holy Spirit working through these airwaves, and we reach so many for so little. So if you want to be a part of that, the number to call 785-621-4110. It is time for our next trivia question. What was the original name of what is now known as Thomas More Prep, Marian Junior and Senior High School? Good thing we didn't say that earlier, right? What was the original name? Was it A, St. Francis Seminary, B, Hayes Catholic College, or C, St. Joseph Military Academy? Which one was it? Give us a call. What was the original name of what is now known as Thomas More Prep, Marian Junior and Senior High School? Number to call for that trivia question, 785-621-4110. Same number if you want to make a donation or if you want to do both, 785-621-4110. If you give the correct question for that trivia question, or the correct answer for the trivia question, you will go into the drawing for the $50 gift certificate to Messenger Traditional Book and Gift Store. So give us a call, whatever you can do. I hear the phone's ringing. That's awesome. We also have Jared and Addie Chancellor from Great Bend with Shortstop Barbershop. Love that. Shortstop Barbershop. And they donated $100 in addition to their monthly underwriting. So We are very grateful to them who called in with that $100 additional money besides what they're already giving. So thank you to Jared and Addie, and we'll get updates along the way. But we want to go back to talking to our current guest, which is Mason Reuter, and he is the new director of institutional advancement for Hayes Catholic Schools. So you're pretty new in this position. When did you start?
So I officially started about the end of December, is when I
Oh,
took it
wow.
on. So I'm very fresh.
Very fresh. Very,
Yes.
very fresh. So what do you like best about your job so far?
I think the best part of it is the people I've been able to interact with.
Mhm.
Um, as a former student, walking the halls as somebody who helps continue the mission really made me think of my time there and the teachers I had, and it gives me a new appreciation for what they did and what they do and all the people who help keep that school running. It is absolutely amazing to see all those people um, with the passion they have for Catholic education.
Yeah.
We have amazing staff at both TMP and Holy Family. They do amazing jobs and they really care about the kids. So I think that's the greatest thing is being
Yeah.
able to see that in
Yeah.
action, and
Yeah.
they, especially during the ACE auction setup, we get to utilize the kids to help us out, and they do. The kids really help out. We had an amazing group of kids this year helping us out, get things set up, and that's just absolutely incredible.
Perfect. 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 Perfect answer. Really, truly, and I have been here. I think maybe this is my third or fourth pledge drive that I've done with Divine Mercy Radio. The people out here are amazing. They really are. They really have a love for Catholic radio is what I see, mostly, but just a love for the Lord, and so many guests coming in here, like our current guest Mason Reuter, and really just a love for serving. Everybody seems to have like that servant's heart that they want to give, and we see the donations come in. Really a beautiful place to be. So I understand why you say the people.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It's the people here, uh, not even just in Ellis County, but in Western Kansas, is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah.
Every single one of them would help you in any time in need. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't say enough about them.
Yeah. Well, I also want to say that we are just $115 away from hitting the $1,000 mark for this morning. So who is going to be the hero that gives us $115 and puts us over that $1,000 mark? Remember that everything is being matched dollar for dollar through the generosity of that group of people. We'll read the names here in a little bit, that gave us the $30,000 match to begin with. So your money, that $115 becomes $230 for Catholic radio. And that's a whole lot of hours of programming when we're doing $9.60 an hour. So give us a call, 785-621-4110. We're getting an update, so here it comes. I was kind of hesitating, so I didn't have to interrupt you again. It's Joe and Meg Mindrup, and they donated at 100. So we're just $15 away now from going over the $1,000 mark. Can you be our next donor that gets us over that mark? And thank you to Joe and Meg Mindrup, who gave that $100. 785-621-4110. All right, we want to go back to talking with Mason Reuter. We only have him until 9 a.m. So we want to find out more about his new position, especially as the director of institutional advancement for Hayes Catholic Schools. What's been the most challenging thing?
I think the most challenging thing that I've seen is just, I guess, getting into the middle of everything while we're kind of, full force.
Yeah.
Hayes Catholic education is always going at 110 miles an hour because we're constantly having to, try to keep up and surpass public education. So getting into that, I guess, just kind of fitting into that lane has been the most challenging part.
Yeah.
But it's also been the thing that makes me really appreciate what we do even more.
Yeah.
So before I started, I did get to speak with Jeff Brule, former advancement director, and Troy Ruda, who was the advancement director before me, before his family moved on for a new career change. And they both gave me amazing advice. And it was interesting to see the two different outlooks for the same position on how they went about doing things. And I was able to take their advice and hopefully continue to make things better.
Yeah.
So hopefully over the next 35 years until I retire or something,
Yeah.
we'll plan on really expanding on those. So we've been working really hard on uh, gathering the data and whatnot needed to really sustain this education, because we're at a point where we need to build that foundation to continually sustain Catholic education in Hayes. So that's what we're working on now. Is if you want to be a part of something amazing and larger than yourself and want to, you know, have the next generation of wonderful Catholic citizens, this is the place to do it.
Yeah, yeah, love it. And so if they do want to get involved, I'm assuming there's some volunteer positions besides the auction. There's some other things that they could do. What should they do if they want to help in some way, and what's available to them?
Yeah, so depending on what you want to do, you can either you can contact either school, Holy Family Elementary or Thomas More Prep Junior Senior High. We're always looking for volunteers for various events, kitchen staff, anything like that. That helps out a lot. And
Yeah.
I will say I was a lot skinnier before I went to TMP because our the chefs, they are chefs at TMP, really make some amazing food, and it is so good.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing I appreciate about coming back to, is getting to eat that again.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Yes.
And so it's not just new. It's been like that since you were in school.
It's so good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You don't hear that very often about a school system.
No, you don't usually hear school food is school food. No.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. You can definitely taste the love that they have for the food that they put out for the kids. And TMP has the best cookies in town. They do.
Okay. All right. You didn't bring any to share?
No, I usually eat them all before.
I need to stay away. So I will definitely stay away from that option. That is not what I need right now for sure. So all right. So we have just about 21 more minutes. I am so happy the phones are ringing, and we want to keep that going. We're now at $985 so far for today, and we still have work to do. Again, number to call 785-621-4110. You all are such a blessing. The Divine Mercy listeners are just amazing. We do have another update. Leon and Joanne Hire pledged $250, and they said that listening to Catholic radio is the greatest. Love that. So thank you. And so many of our donors, I stumble over the names, but I see the names often, right? But there's so many donors that I see, and so I still stumble. But I'm telling you, so many of the people I know have donated, every pledge drive, and we are so grateful for the support that many of our donors are giving. And I promise one of these days I'm going to learn all the names, but I'm kind of slow in that. And some of these names are unusual. They're not, at least in Kansas City, they're not names that I see regularly. And so, but what a blessing. And thank you to all of you for being patient with me as I pronounce names. So thank you for that. 785-621-4110. I have to say that Leon and Joanne are also the ones who pushed us over that $1,000 mark. So thank you. And yet we know there's still work to do. So keep those calls coming. And I think we did announce that we had a trivia winner. Did we, for the second one? I don't think we got an answer to that one yet. I haven't seen that yet. So again, it's what was the original name of what is now known as Thomas More Prep, Marian Junior and Senior High School? Was it St. Francis Seminary, Hayes Catholic College, or St. Joseph Military Academy? If you want to get into the drawing for the gift certificate to Messenger Traditional Books and Gifts, the number to call, 785-621-4110. That's the same number that you call to make a donation or to do both. All right, so we are talking with Mason Reuter. He is the new director of institutional advancement for Hayes Catholic Schools. He's also the mayor of the city of Hayes, and a husband of a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a beautiful wife. And we are so incredibly grateful with all of that going on that he took time to be with us on Catholic Radio. So what would you like the Catholic community of Hayes to know about you, Mason Reuter? Nothing, not putting you on the spot or anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess I don't usually talk about myself as much, because I mean what I like to do is I talk to myself through the service that I like to provide.
Yeah.
So I guess to know about me is, if you ever need anything from me or my
Mm,
family, um, I'm always open. You can find me on Facebook. My email and phone numbers out there. You can call anytime. I'll do anything I can to help you. Anything people need. I know my wife sometimes gets upset at me with uh, donating more than I probably should, um, but I'm a big supporter of a lot of different organizations and just a community message. I'm very community minded, and I'm very proud to be a part of Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish.
yeah.
That's been our parish for, gosh, before I was born. My parents got married there. Um, it was a blessing to be married there as well, and it's just an amazing sense of community that we have out there.
Yeah.
And uh, I know we have the different Knights of Columbus members, but as a member of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Knights of Columbus, I like ours. It's pretty good group of guys,
Yeah.
and they do amazing things. They're very, very involved.
Yeah.
Um, they raise a lot of money, a lot of uh, good programs that they do. It's very good. And then the Daughters of Isabella celebrated their 100th anniversary. I think it was this last weekend.
Nice.
So my grandparents, my grandmother, who's a member of the Daughters of Isabella, went to that, and she said it was absolutely amazing to see everybody get back out there again. So it's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, so good. So good. All right. Well, we do have another caller on the line, so we'll be getting that update here in just a minute. But I was able to get the total amount of what we have today is $1,235, and again, that's being matched dollar for dollar. And we are talking right now with our guest, Mason Reuter. And I asked you about what would you like for our listeners to know about you, and I loved your answer that you really are available and will help and are open for any kind of discussions. Love that. What would you like for them to know that we haven't discussed so far about either your job as mayor, because we are going out to Hayes and all the surrounding areas, or your job in the advancement office for Hayes Catholic Schools?
Yeah. So I'll kind of touch on a little bit of both. So from the city side of things, we have a lot of good stuff working right now. I'm finishing up my turn as mayor, so here in a couple weeks, I get to go back to the bottom of the total pole, so you say, because I can't believe it's been 4 years since I've been on already. I'm already up for reelection,
Wow.
and it's been an interesting 4 years. 2020 was my first year on, so that was an interesting first year to get into politics.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
but it's been so much fun.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun doing what I could and can do to help move our community forward.
Yeah.
Um,
And so are you up for election again?
I'm up for election. I filed
Nice.
back in January, February, whatever it was, and
Yeah.
so you'll see my name on the ballot, my signs out and around, and
Yeah.
me going door to door to talk to people. So it's coming. It's a different ask than my day job, but
Yeah.
uh,
So give us a plug, right, or give yourself a plug right now. Why should they vote for Mason Reuter?
so they should vote for me because I think it goes back to my commitment to service and my openness.
Yeah.
I want to listen to everybody who has something to say.
Yeah.
And I take every single piece of information that comes into me uh, with great detail. So I usually question everything. So if somebody has a question about something and I don't know the answer, I will find out what the answer is, why something happens the way it does. Um, what I like to do is make sure that people understand why things happen the way they do, because it could just a lot of things that happen in government happen because of misunderstanding and people not being open and honest with each other.
Yeah.
So my goal is to be that bridge between how local government works and the people itself.
Yeah.
I'm not the mayor to be put on a pedestal. I am a public servant.
Mm-hmm.
I am working for the people who elected me.
Yeah.
And if they're unhappy with what I'm doing, then they will select somebody who better represents them. And that's the greatness of living in this country, is being able to pick the people that best represent you and your values. So
Yeah.
I hope I am that person. And I hope my message comes across clear in that.
Yeah, yeah. And transparency is so important right now. I think people more than ever they want to see and have that person who is the servant instead of the person out there making decisions on just their own agenda to really listen to the people. And I think that's such an important thing. And I'm not out here making a political statement right now because I have no idea who's even running. I'm coming in from Kansas City, but I'm talking to a wonderful man sitting across from me, and I feel a genuineness in what you're saying, and I think that's so important.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's all I want to be is I want to be a genuine public servant. I
yeah.
have no agenda aside from leaving the community a better place than when I started. That
Mm,
is the whole point of my
yeah.
job.
Yeah. And you moved back here because you realized Hayes was the better option. You're raising two girls. You moved away for a year, you said. You came back. You want to make Hayes the best possible place in the future as well for your children and
Yes.
for everyone else.
Yeah, my family settled here in Ellis County in 1876,
Wow.
and we've been here ever since. I mean,
Wow.
we've had a couple stints where you move away for a year or so, but you come back, and we always come back to Hayes in Ellis County.
Yeah.
There's no place in the country like it
Yeah.
where the people, I mean, you just, when you go to Dillon's or you go to Walmart, even at the gas station, I don't think there's a place I can go in Hayes where I don't stop and talk to somebody for
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
just about, hey, what's going on since I last saw you 2 weeks ago at Dillon's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that kind of sense of community does
Yeah.
not happen anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's just absolutely amazing. Everybody's so wonderful. They are so, they're just good people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So a little bit of an update again. Larry Reichert is the trivia winner. And so we are grateful for him calling in and answering that question. So I get to give the answer. The original name of what is now known as Thomas More Prep, Marion Junior and Senior High School. Do you know the answer?
Yes.
Okay. You want to give it? I'm putting you on the spot.
No, it's the Hayes Catholic College was the original name.
Yeah.
So it's gone through a bunch of different names, and I have them all listed on my business card because it changed a lot.
Yeah.
So Hayes Catholic College was the original one, and we actually still have some of the cornerstones listed on the school itself if you want to come see them sometime.
Nice.
And Larry's a very good guy. Larry, if you're listening, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I agree. I see his name often. So thank you, Larry. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Larry for the trivia question. I think he's also been a donor as well. And thank you to everybody. We now have an anonymous donor who gave $1,000, and boom, right away it becomes $2,000 for Catholic Radio because we have this match that is before us, and a lot of people went into that match, and I will get the sheet out here in just a minute that goes over all of the people who donated that $30,000. We talk about transparency. They are transparent here at Divine Mercy Radio. There is nothing hidden. Everything is clear. You know exactly where they stand, and what a blessing it is to have Divine Mercy Radio here. So for that $30,000 match, it was an anonymous donor, then Richard Polson, Larry Reichert. See, there you go, Larry Reichert, Janice and Ken Collins, Susan Dagus, Dwayne and Karen Dorsweiler, Glenn and Anita Newberger, and Mike and Sarah Younger. They all banded together to give us that $30,000 match. And we are so grateful. And we now have $17,760 left in that match. And we are at $2,235 for the day. And that was because of that $1,000 anonymous donor. And they said that they enjoy listening to Divine Mercy Radio. So we are talking right now with Mason Reuter, and he is the new director of institutional advancement for Hayes Catholic Schools. He's also the current mayor and up for reelection for the mayor of the city of Hayes. We are so grateful to have him here. So we talked about, what you would like for us to know that we haven't discussed about being a mayor, but what about in your new role as director of in the advancement office for Hayes Catholic Schools? What haven't we talked about that you'd like to share?
So one thing I wanted to talk about is something we've been working on for the last few years. So we've been designing a new entryway to the south side of the school. So the steps, those iconic south steps that are just picturesque. I mean, I have a photo from Bruce Burkholder hanging in my office of it because it is just beautiful.
Yeah.
So we are looking at getting those reconstructed and updated because they're at that point where they need renovated, having some leaking issues, some safety issues. So we have a project going on where we're raising money for you to be a part, um, forever, of this new project. So if you haven't already, we are selling paver stones in various sizes from $250,
Nice.
$500, and $1,000,
Yeah.
varying sizes, to put your name, a memorial, a thank you, a message, anything you want to put on there,
Yeah.
to be a part of this project. We're about 75% of the way there. So after the school goes through its tuck pointing updates around the school to seal it back up, that will start hopefully next summer to get those installed. So we're down to the last few months to get those stones put in ordered. So if you haven't done it already, now's the time to get it in. We're about 75% of the way for the funds raised for that. And we ordered a few stones that should be here so you can see what they look like in person. I know I got my family stone secured, and it's going to
Nice.
look very nice when it's all done. So we can really take what's already beautiful and even just grow it even more. Really focus on the statue of St. Joseph that's out there, St. Thomas More that's out there, and allow people to come and sit around there and just sit at the base of the steps of this wonderful institution.
Wow. Wow. What a, and that lasts forever. I mean, it takes a long time for those to erode, right? So they're going to be there a long time coming. And so if they want to buy one of the paver stones, what should they do?
You can go onto the HayesCatholicSchools.org website, and we have it's called Let's Build the Way is the name of the
Mm,
campaign. So you can click on the Let's Build the Way link, and you can put all the information in there, and we'll send you a proof of what it'll look like on the stone. So if you don't like something, we can reorganize it. Put your class year. On the $1,000 stones, we have a list of about 7 logos you can put. So if you're a St. Joe's Military Academy grad, we can put the old SJMA logo.
nice.
I think the Marion High logo's on there. You can just put a cross if you'd like, or the current TMP logo, whatever you'd like of those 7. So we have a bunch of different options, and then we have a few benches for sale as well. So those will be permanently fixed benches that we're looking at a few different styles for right now. They'll run for about $5,000, but those will be engraved, etched, and
Wow.
placed around the statue of St. Joseph and around that entryway.
Wow.
So you'll be immortalized right there at the entrance of God's school.
Yeah. Oh, that just sounds lovely. And to pick Saint Joseph, when we had the year of Saint Joseph, and we would go through all of his titles. The title Terror of Demons was a big surprise to me. I had never really thought of that title. Because you think of, he's got the lily, the peace, and and I just, Terror of Demons. Yes, absolutely. When you think about it, absolutely it fits. And so here you have the Saint Joseph, Terror of Demons, foster father of Jesus. Just all these beautiful things right there as you enter. What a beautiful thing to a beautiful legacy for everyone contributing to that, to leave. We started in 1908, right? and
Yes.
and here we are in 2023. It could be another 100 years that those bricks will still be there, the statue will still be there, the school will still be there, and people can come, and you're leaving quite a legacy and keeping the school strong.
Absolutely. With the continued generosity of people that listen to this radio station, and for those who donate straight to the Hayes Catholic Schools, I mean, Catholic education is strong, and
Yeah.
it will continue going strong with their support
Yeah.
for the next 115 years as we are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it couldn't be a more important time to keep Catholic schools
Oh,
strong.
absolutely.
Yeah, I cannot think of it, at least in my lifetime. And I'm not terribly old, but I'm old. I've been around a few years, and I can't think of a more important time to really have your children, educated in a Catholic system, whether that's the Catholic schools or homeschooling. I think both are really focusing and getting out of the the public schools where so much craziness is going on, and staying strong. Those Catholic schools, they're staying strong. They are, the ones that I talk to, they are staying strong in the midst of all the craziness. They're saying we reject all of that.
Yeah, they're doing really well at saying, you know what, we're going to focus on the Catholic education. That's
Yeah.
what we're here for, is to provide a Catholic education.
Yeah.
And they are doing that. And it shows in their scores and the way these students uh, behave.
Yeah.
And you see them beyond. I mean, going back and looking at the people who I graduated with um, now as adults, have families of their own and whatnot. Every single one that I know of is involved within their Catholic church.
Yeah.
It's some capacity,
Yeah.
whether it's through a Knights of Columbus or running a like Kelton Steckline that we had here yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, just
Yeah.
amazing people, and
Yes.
they are very faith oriented. So the Catholic education is not just those 4 years or the junior high level, the elementary level. It is a lifetime growth that they have through those schools, and it continues into adulthood.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Well, you know, the theme this week, holiness is not for wimps. So I would say, that the things that you're doing in the Catholic schools, that you're doing as mayor, they really support that theme of holiness is not for wimps. You are willing to swim upstream and to really go against the current, and to really, glorify God in all that you're doing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, are we going to get everything right every single time? No,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
we're human. We make mistakes,
Yeah.
but we do everything in our power to make sure that everything we do leads to that mission, God's mission,
Yeah.
to provide that education,
Yeah.
and get some good Catholics out of it in the process.
Yeah, excellent. Love it. Well, we only have just about 2 more minutes till the top of the hour. So we want to also give out that website again, remind them of the great event that's going on this weekend. And, there's probably a lot of people listening that may not be able to make it in, but can also go online. So let's give the website and talk a little bit just briefly about the event again.
Yes, so you can go to www.hayescatholicschools.org. And in the drop down menu, we have our ACE auction, we have the Let's Build the Way Steps campaign, and then anything else you might want to know. If you want to go through some old pictures, even, they're on there as well. So ACE auction, the 49th annual ACE auction, is happening this weekend at Al Bellinger Fieldhouse. It is an amazing looking space that we have set up already, and we have wonderful donors, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So you can go straight on there on the website and donate. You can Google ACE 2023 and find it right there as well. If you want to donate straight to item 160, the Creative Learning Building, field upgrades and security upgrades, you can do it right from there. Buy raffle tickets if you want to win the car to give to Divine Mercy. That's okay too.
There you go. Awesome.
And then we do have some tickets available. So if you want to get some tickets, you can do all of that right there and there. And we have the items available for preview online right now. It's live to preview, and you can start to register because we'll start auctioning off some online items starting this weekend. So it's coming fast, but we are so excited.
Yeah. So good. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So again, for that, give the website one more time.
HayesCatholicSchools.org.
And for Catholic Radio, the number to call 785-621-4110. We are at the top of the hour. Would you lead us in a prayer and thanksgiving? We had quite a few calls during your hour here. So we want to pray in thanksgiving for everyone who's called today and yesterday, and in petition for all those coming in the future. So
in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, God, for allowing us to speak your message through Divine Mercy Radio, and allowing us to continue the message of your message through our Hayes Catholic schools. And thank you to everybody who is listening and who continues to support our mission in spreading your message across multiple states now. So thank you very much for doing that. And we'll pray. One of my favorites is St. Michael. St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our defense against wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke, and we humbly pray, into thou, Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck in your election coming up. Again, Mason Reuter for mayor. He gave us the reasons why, he thinks, he is a great candidate, and I love all that he had to say. And if you have the auction this weekend, the paver bricks, all kinds of good things that you're able to share with us, and all the good things happening in the schools, which is so important.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. It's been a blessing to be here. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thank you. All right. So we are going to our next caller is